everybody. My name is Danielle Fott, and I am going to take you through a Microsoft Word Equations 101 video today. I'm going to keep it short, sharp, and shiny for you, and it's going to show you how you can quickly and easily add equations to your Microsoft Word document when you need to for an assignment. So traditionally, when adding in equations to Microsoft Word, we have to click on the Insert tab and then click on Equation. And you need to try and find an equation which fits what you're looking for. Alternatively, from the home screen, if you press Alt, so that is the ALT key, and the equals key, you'll automatically get the equation box up. So say we want to write a very simple equation of 5 times 6. Traditionally, we have to type that out, look for the times symbol up here, and then press 6. Then we would go and again, Alt equal, and start the next one. What I'm going to instead suggest to you is we do, and then you do, and then wait for it, when you press space, it automatically pops it through. And you can do this for a range of different shortcuts. So say we wanted to do divide. Instead of finding the divide symbol up here, we can do div. Once you start getting the hang of these shortcuts, it can really speed up how long it takes you to type out these large equations. And if you're wanting to know, well, that's great, but I don't know what those shortcuts are. If you hover your mouse over any of the symbols, you can find on the screen there, it shows you what the shortcut is in brackets. Once you start using those several times, it will become second nature to you. Alternatively, you can keep pressing it. However, this does save time. The second thing that I want to run you through is what do we do if we have a longer or more complicated equation? So we're going to start off with something called as the summing of the 3 cubes. Now we can create this by using the power button, and that will automatically create these shortcuts which automatically pop the cube in for us. The more of these shortcuts that you know, the easier it is to create this equation. If we hadn't known that, we would have had to use these items up here. But what happens, for example, if you want to be doing something for, say, a lecturing for an assignment, and you need to create a more complicated equation that has more symbols in it. For example, a net present value equation. So on screen now, you can see the net present value equation. Now we've been told you can't use handwritten calculations, and you also can't insert images like this when you need to show working. So what can we do? It seems like we're in a little bit of a pickle. What we can do in the equation box is there's 2 ways of doing this. Number one, if you have an iPad or a tablet, download Microsoft Word using your student account to your tablet. You can then use your Apple Pencil or the pencil that comes with your tablet, and the step that I'm about to show you, you can create these equations converting your handwriting to text-based formulas. If, however, you do not have a tablet or an iPad, I will show you how to do the same thing using your trusty mouse. However, disclaimer, it's definitely easier if you have the iPad. So if I click here on Ink Equation, it says Write Math here. Now, if you are on the iPad or on your tablet, this is where you can just scribble it out, and it is very, very easy. For those of us who are going to give it a go without the tablet, some tips and tricks. The Preview Here box shows you what Microsoft Word believes that you are trying to type. If the preview here is showing something completely different than what you are wanting, you need to either use the erase, the clear, or the select and correct tool. The lines and grids here are very similar to your handwritten grid book. Please pay attention to these. It helps the computer understand what you are trying to write. So we're going to start off with the little n. And I just do a little n like this. It hasn't picked it up. So what am I going to do? I can erase. And then I can go again. It's important that you size and you place things where you think they belong. Okay, I can see here that that's what I'm looking for. The beauty of this tool is that once you do it once, you can then copy and paste the actual output and edit that. So then we're going to move on. If there was something that I didn't like, I can use this select tool, and then it will say, well, what did you mean? And you can then select it from there. But I'm very happy with that. I then go insert. I now have this equation, which I can copy and paste and start inputting my values in. This here is a short period of time spent creating the equation once, and you then do not need to create it again. Like I said, if you have an iPad or a tablet, much easier. But we've started off with the equation that we wanted, which is fairly more complex in terms of creating the equation in Microsoft Word than the traditional examples that we were using. And we've ended up with a template that we can now change any part that we want, like a normal equation. I hope this has been helpful for you. And if you need any more tips or tricks on how to create equations in Microsoft Word, please let me know.